give a fuck.
Are you sure?
I just don't give a fuck.
Presenting The Art of Not Giving a Fuck with Garrett John.
All right. Hey, everybody. We're back again here with Lance and Taylor. Hey, guys.
Hello. What's up?
And today we're going to pick up where we left off from the last podcast. That was WTF is Radical Undoing and how you can get started, where we mentioned the NGF weekly sessions. So if that piqued your interest, you better get in touch. But today we're going to talk about, like I said, where we left off was imagination, the vast, unlimited powers of the imagination. So one of the ways that I've begun to describe what is the art of NGF and how to start practicing the art of NGF immediately is imagination training. It's been said by various authors throughout the past couple of centuries that the screen of your mind contains what you're being faithful to. I'll say that again. The screen of your conscious mind, whatever you find in your mind, even now, sitting here listening to this, if you're thinking, I'm a piece of shit, I hope I learned something to make myself better, to improve myself, to change the world, whatever's going on there in your mind, some past failure or some future imagined catastrophe or a little bit of worries, whatever's going on in there, that is what your faith consists of. Now, faith, let's remove that from the religious context where it normally sits and put it into its rightful context, which is it's just what's on your mind. Whatever's on your mind is what you're being faithful to. So if every night you worry about the same crap, you're being faithful to those worries. In so doing, you are restricted from seeing all the richness around you. And what your mind will select for is everything that confirms your worried state. Now, this is beautiful. This is good news. This is the magic of the art of NGF. You have to face that realization first, and suddenly you'll find yourself at the control panels of the spaceship that is called you. So how to start practicing the art of NGF? Look at what's going on in your mind, and instead of whatever you find going on there, fill it with experiences that bring you joy, fun, and satisfaction. Even if you're in the middle of a funeral, you're feeling sad and down and crushed, your life has changed forever, and you look up in the trees. First you see some sunlight glistening off a leaf, then you see all the veins on that leaf, you see the leaf moving in the light breeze, and a bird lands on the branch right above it, looks directly at you, makes some beautiful sounds, and flies away, and it makes you smile. You don't even know how or why you were able to smile in that moment. Now, in the screen of your mind, you can continue to fill it with those types of observations. What kind of clothes are the people wearing? What do their faces tell you? How does the soil look? How does the grave and the casket look together? What are the sounds of the person conducting the ceremony's voice? And those can all bring richness, aliveness, fun, and awareness to your life. As to why you should start immediately, because whatever you have on the screen of your mind is what you are being faithful to. Whatever you are being faithful to is what you will experience. The boundaries of your life are determined by the boundaries you erect in your imagination. Again, that's good news, because instead of trying to fix things here in the physical world, or trying to change your emotions or escape your emotions or numb your emotions, or instead of trying to think your way out of all these seemingly problematic situations, instead you let go of all those. You drop it. And you move up into the screen of your mind. And this works from a prison cell, floating on an iceberg somewhere after a shipwreck, or just laying in your bed before you go to sleep at night. It applies in every situation. You always have the screen of your mind for yourself to put on that screen whatever you'd like.
Yeah, I remember um, years ago when I was probably 20 or so. I made a list of all the things I wanted to do in my life, and it ended up being like 25 things. And then I looked back at the journal 10 years later or so, and I saw I had done most of the things on that list. And but it was random. It was and then I looked at it and I realized that if I had tried to do that list in order, I never would have done one of them. I never would have done like nearly as many as I did. So the imagination, the one on the list that I am to tend to with my imagination is the one that's right there on my screen of awareness right now. That's the one that I'm, uh, I'm, I have to use my imagination to work around. I don't get to do it in order. It doesn't happen in order. You won't get there.
That's an amazing point. Something that comes to mind, a little mnemonic device is stop planning, start imagining. Stop planning and start imagining. The plans will
And
arrive as you need them to.
yeah, and it's the same with like, okay, I got to do this and this and this before I start doing weekly sessions. I can't do weekly sessions yet because I have to do this, 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 and this.
Yeah, if onlys, it's the if only. If only this circumstance were this way, then I could start doing my business. If only I woke up earlier and did the things I thought I should do this morning, then I could come and record some podcasts.
And then project that onto the global scale.
Right. If only the politics
Never
weren't
get to
this
anything.
way. Yeah, if only we had a different president, then I would do cool things in my life.
Yeah.
How do you even know there's a president? Have you ever gone out and met him? And even if you did, how do you know that that definition, that role is real or that it actually has anything to do with you? I can hear the critics screaming, and we'll just leave them screaming and not even handle them, which is what I'm telling you to do with your own critics, too. Don't let the people drag you down with what they think you think should be important. Instead, fill your imagination with what you find fun, satisfying, joyous, and beautiful. And in so doing, you will find what is fun, satisfying, beautiful, and enjoyable in every single circumstance in your life, even the most extreme, even the most painful, even the most challenging. Taylor.
Yeah, another way that you can look at the screen of the mind is that's what you've got on the menu for yourself. Um, if you're sitting around worrying about catastrophes all the time, that's what you're going to see.
And what you'll feel too.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll be braced against those catastrophes in your actual muscles.
And if it seems difficult to attempt changing what's on the menu from those those uh, those kinds of meals that you don't want to be eating, then one thing you can try is to start flooding the menu with everything you can think of. You know, if let's say if I was sitting in bed one night and I hadn't heard from my partner all day, I could sit there and start worrying. You know, oh my God, what's happened to her? Has she gotten in a car accident? Has she, been shot or whatever? But then I could sit and say, well, maybe she was abducted by aliens and is having a party on a UFO right now. Maybe uh, maybe she met some master crocheter and is learning how to crochet ponchos. Maybe she has a flat tire and she's handling that and having a good time while she does it. You know, that's one easy way to start shifting what's on the menu and seeing how malleable it is when you pay attention to it.
Flood the menu.
The amazing fact about this is that you feel what is going on in your imagination. That's what determines how you feel and how you see and how you think and how you experience life. So this is exactly why highly apparently successful and wealthy people kill themselves. You're actually, in a way, if you have not started NGF training or imagination training, you have not started practicing your very own art of not giving a fuck in your life according to you, then it doesn't matter what outward success you get. You'll only feel what's in your imagination. And if in your imagination you're a no good shit, something's wrong with you, you need to change, you think everyone only likes your appearance or how you appear to them on the outside, and they never get to know who you are. The crazy thing is that the more outwardly successful you get, the more painful your life will be. Why? Because you are achieving what you've been told. You're achieving what you have been told will bring happiness, will bring joy, will bring satisfaction. Oh, if I get the car, I get the wife, I get the breast implants, I get the house, I get the job, or I start the business, or I get the acting career, music career, get the fame, get the people, whatever it is. When you have greater and greater societally defined success, or collectively defined success, you feel worse because you start to feel like, God, something must really be wrong with me. Everyone around me wants what I have, and I don't even care about it. So now you're in a much more painful trap than if you had to deal with poverty or deal with actual challenging physical circumstances every day, simply because those circumstances will keep you busy and you won't have time to be sitting around feeling like, fuck, I have everything I thought I wanted and I feel like shit still. Again, this is why highly successful people kill themselves or run to drugs, or you see politicians endlessly getting themselves into trouble and fucking up their lives, doing
Yeah.
the opposite of what they try to fight against.
Yeah. Yeah. And each of us individually, if we have the capacity to admit that we're creating our own self-fulfilling nightmare, that's the ticket out. That's you start to climb out of the sewer, and then um, you can start to become really sensitive to other people's self-fulfilling nightmares.
And the awesome thing is, this grand play that we're in is always beautiful, always amazing, always fulfilling on some deeper level than your likes and dislikes. Now, that might sound insane. How could you ever get there? I know when I first heard something similar that, oh, I need to abandon my likes and dislikes, what the fuck is left? And now I realize what the fuck is left is 99% of my reality that was being ignored, 99% of the beauty around me and inside me that was being ignored for sake of chasing my likes and avoiding my dislikes. Now those
And
are
that
all
will and that that'll cause a sensation that we'll call alienation. Um, but that's what it takes. You gotta, individuals need only apply because every group is looking to assimilate into their own nightmare. So this is the standalone approach.
you'll be creating your dream and you'll be inviting other people into it, not by calling them up and asking them, but by being you, by living you, by
Mm.
celebrating all that is you and all that is around you. The people who want to come to that party are going to just show up.
By
And
giving up the nightmare, the dream can start to emerge as it does, as nature designed. And that sounds like a bunch of gobbledygook to do this.
thankfully, everything we say is provable. We went through a long process of crushing our minds and destroying the language we use around this to restrict ourselves to only things that can be repeated by anyone else who tries. That's why this has been more widely successful, this effort of bringing this work into fruition. has been more successful than that of my predecessors, which I hope they would have expected of me and be proud that it's happened. But our success rate is a lot higher simply because we cut away any language that could imply some kind of mystical or other intangible experience. This all can happen right inside your own body, exactly as you are now, not making any changes. And everything that we've said you can prove and will prove to yourself if you just take a couple steps. How to take those steps, because we just crested over the 15-minute mark. Those steps and why you should start immediately. Well, I think we covered why you should start immediately. You're buying back all the rest of your life starting right now. It's going to feel weird when you have to manage your imagination, but I guarantee you, once you manage your imagination, the intellect, the emotions, and the body will all follow along seemingly without effort. You will stop doing all the work that holds your problems in place, and you will suddenly find all those interests you crushed down and chained up inside you come bursting forth, and you can do nothing but work to satisfy them, all with joy, all with fun. So go ahead.
Yeah, and willing to take the blows that not living up to your fantasy of yourself results in. So you know, when you beeline for your passion or what you love, the reason you're staying away from it is because you're afraid to fail. You're afraid to suck. They're throwing that fear out the window, and you're going there and you're taking it.
Mm-hmm. Totally taking it and living it up at the same time. Starts to get exciting once you get at the control panels of your life. And you'll never be able to go back. That's why I put warnings on this stuff. It's one world and then another, and it happens. That realization happens sooner or later. But once you notice it, it's a little bit spooky. But then you'll never want to go back either. So how do you get started immediately? Well, we've actually just put together a pretty sweet deal. Because I realize people need to know some amount of data of what the hell they're getting involved in, especially with something this extreme and this fast acting, because you folks listening might be used to spending 15 or 20 years on therapy, self-help books, personal development, new age, so-called spiritual, all that stuff, drugs, whatever it is, and thinking that it's a slow change process over 15 years, but you've been duped. That slow change process is a no change process, meaning you won't have any change left after you spend your life pursuing that. And it makes it harder for you to actually experience life changes because you got focused on trying to change something intangible, namely yourself. So with the Art of NGF, you stop trying to change yourself immediately and you just get to work on this celebration of life. How do you do that? Well, we put together an awesome DVD with the Flowing Life workshop on it. This is a Legacy Art of NGF workshop, available for purchase for $197 right now on the artofnotgivingafuck.com website. But we're doing it on the DVD for folks who are ready to get going but have no clue how to get started. So it'll be, I can't remember how much, under $10 though, under $10 even for worldwide shipping. So you're just going to pay the shipping on the DVD, and we're printing them up for you for free and then sending them your way. And then from there, there's a bunch of cool next steps, a lot of bonuses hidden under the surface. I'm not even going to tell you what they are because they're going to blow your mind for $10. You'll get that DVD, plus you're going to see all the stuff you need to know leading up to it. Then you can get the DVD at your house, stick it in the player or in your computer, watch that sucker, and then I'd imagine I'll be hearing from you very soon because then we'll show you what the next steps are. So look at radicalundoing.com/blog. You'll find this podcast published there, but also in the description for it. And you might even be listening to it on YouTube. Who knows? Maybe we'll put it up there. And we'll have the link. As soon as it's ready, you're the first to hear about it for the Flowing Life DVD. So you can invite the Art of NGF into your own home and start crawling up out of the wreckage. All right, guys, I think we did this. We accomplished this 15-minute podcast in just under 20 minutes. It's a good score. Nice to hear you guys. Nice to see you guys. And let's carry on next week.
Let's do it.
Yep. Thanks,
See you guys.
Enjoy.
Thank you for listening to the Art of Not Giving a Fuck podcast. For more info, visit artofnotgivingafuck.com or radicalundoing.com.